amusement on the achievement of the sector in the past 1 year. She identified the Strong Eye Farm Initiative as one of the efforts aimed at achieving food security, noting that over 100 youth of the state have been trained towards implementation of the program, which has been executed in phases. Ofo also said the current administration was being strategic in its effort to break the monopoly and influence of commodity unions finger to be one of the major reasons for high prices of food. Motorcycle Operators Union of Nigeria is protesting today on the heels of staged nationwide strike by labor union earlier slated for Monday since last week. Speaking with Memories FM News reporter Modest Essien, the state secretary of the MOUN said the organization has begun a shutdown of all government parastatals to instill forces on the federal government on the adherence of demand from labor.
We are on strike. I am Comrade Modest Essien and the state secretary of Motorcycle Operators Union of Nigeria. So now, even if our sector are not mobilized, we are asked to shut down all government offices, all NDAs. Now, if the government does not meet our demands, today we are shut down banks. If we don't meet our demands from tomorrow, we will move to the private sector and ensure that we shut down the whole country permanently. They have to assist our demands. Now, Labour has given government 400 and something thousand naira per month. That's looking at the different EBCs. There is hardship in the country. If you look at the salaries of legislators in the National Assembly, and yet government is there talking of 60,000 naira for the average worker. Already, as I said, government workers are receiving 70. But for now, we are on strike because of the minimum wage.
The comrade who narrated the toll of hardship in the country stated categorically that there is huge disparity between earnings among lawmakers against the backdrop of earnings for government workers, both at the state level and the federal level.
Now, Labour has given government 400 and something thousand naira per month. That's looking at the different EBCs. There is hardship in the country. If you look at the salary of the national.
Leadership of the NLC and the TUC to quickly return to the negotiating table with the government towards finding a lasting solution on the minimum wage issue. The both organizations insist there will be no going back on the strike. Away from that, the senators urged the federal government to continue the payment of 35,000 naira wage award to workers following the yet to be concluded negotiations on minimum wage. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, said this at the end of a 4-hour closed-door meeting with leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress and some ministers over planned industrial action by the union. The Senate President also appealed to the union to shelve the proposed strike action in the interest of Nigerians and the nation. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, said the government's position on the wage award was that it should continue the payment until the negotiations for the minimum wage is concluded. He added the Nigeria could not strike at this moment given the challenges faced on the economy and all hands must be on deck to ensure prosperity of the nation. A strike was not the best option at the moment. Away from that, the House of Representatives has expressed its readiness to support President Bola Tinubu's push to grant independence to local government. The deputy spokesman of the House, Philip Agbeshe, who made this known in an exclusive interview yesterday, said Speaker Tajuddin Abbas is fully committed to supporting the president's constitutional reform agenda aimed at sustaining democracy in Nigeria across all tiers of government. Agbeshe noted that granting autonomy to local government is a vital step towards empowering the communities ensuring effective service delivery, and will also promote transparency, accountability, and good governance at the local level. You will recall that last week the federal government dragged the 36 states governors before the Supreme Court, seeking the enforcement of full autonomy for local government. And now to the aviation sector. Aviation unions have joined the organized labor in its indefinite strike, which began today following the emergency meeting held yesterday. The unions include the National Union of Air Transport Employees, the Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, the Association of Nigerian Aviation Professionals, and the National Association of Aircraft Pilots and Engineers. In a joint statement signed by Comrade Ochemiaba, the General Secretary, Comrade Francis Akinjole, the Deputy General Secretary, Comrade Abdul Rasak Saidu, the Secretary General, and Comrade Olayinka Abioye, the General Secretary, directed all branches to comply. The statement urged all aviation workers to recognize the seriousness of the struggle and comply unfailingly, while directing all back offices of the unions to ensure full compliance at all airports. Moving forward, the Transmission Company of Nigeria has announced the complete shutdown of Nigeria's power grid by labor unions as a strike by the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress begins. NLC and TUC commenced a nationwide industrial action this morning in protest against the 60,000 naira minimum wage proposal of the federal government. Announcing the shutdown of the national power grid in a statement issued earlier today by the TCN spokesperson Ndidi Mba, the transmission firm said the action was deliberately done by the workers. Regarding the power generating site, TCN said the power generating units from different generating stations were forced to shut down some units of the generating plant. And to education, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAM has rescheduled its 2024 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination for 24,535 candidates. JAM rescheduled the UTME due to the substantial non-compliance with its standards in the centers of the affected candidate. The board also directed affected candidates to print their supplementary examination notification slips from Tuesday, the 4th of June 2024 to ascertain their designated examination centers. In a statement he signed yesterday, JAM spokesperson Dr. Fabian Benjamin said the board has also released additional 3,921 withheld results. You're listening to Global News and Memories 96.5 FM. We'll bring you more report after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned to Global News and Memories 96.5 FM. And now to the rest of the news. On the foreign scene, Sri Lanka's Disaster Management Center says flooding and landslides caused by monsoon rain in Sri Lanka have killed at least 7 people. In Sitwaka, outside the capital Colombo, 3 members of the same family died when their house was flooded. Supplies of electricity have been cut off in several areas and schools have been ordered to remain shut today. DMC Director, Sri Lanka's Disaster Management Center Director Pradeep Kodipili told newsmen that the risk of flooding was rapidly increasing in Colombo and other areas of the south. He urged Sri Lankans to pay attention to emergency announcements from the government. In the world of sports, Super Eagles captain William Troost Ekong yesterday launched his Troost Ekong Foundation, a non-profit organization aimed at making a direct impact by improving local schools and orphanages, with a long-term plan to build a sports facility for promising talent in his home state of Akwa Ibom State. According to our reporter Niapno Albert, the foundation, which was formally launched with a charity football match played at the Gotchwill Apabio Stadium Oyo in front of tens of thousands of energetic fans, featured ex-Super Eagles players including Samson Siasia and Vincent Eyema. The current Super Eagles stars Kelechi Iheanacho and Stanley Nwabali, some foreign players and friends of Troost Ekong from the entertainment industry, including Big Brother Niger host Ebuka Obiuchendu, music star Odumodu Black, and skit maker Sabinus, who scored 2 goals and was voted as the man of the match. Speaking before the event, Super Eagles captain Troost Ekong said it is rewarding to feel unconditionally loved and supported by his people, which made it possible to create more opportunities for more Akwa Ibom players to stand a chance to play for the Super Eagles. The foundation launch also featured music performances by Akwa Ibom-born superstar Iqbal Dor, Afrobeat sensation Odumodu Black, and a raffle draw that saw a 500,000 Naira star prize winner among other winners. And that's it on Global News and Memories 96.5 FM. But before we go, let's take a recap of the top stories. You heard that the Akwa Ibom State government has reiterated its efforts to crushing prices of foodstuffs and ensure food availability and affordability in the state. The Senate has urged the federal government to continue the payment of 35,000 Naira wage award to workers following the yet to be concluded negotiations on minimum wage. The Transmission Company of Nigeria has announced a complete shutdown of Nigeria's power grid by labor unions as the strike by the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress begins today. On the foreign scene, you heard that Sri Lanka's Disaster Management Center says flooding and landslide caused by monsoon rains in Sri Lanka have killed at least 7 people. And in the world of sports, Super Eagles captain William Troost Ekong yesterday launched his Troost Ekong Foundation, a non-profit organization aimed at making a direct impact by improving local schools and orphanages. And that's our news package this afternoon, as edited by Infonobong Ekot and assisted by the production team. For comments regarding our news or coverage of a newsworthy event, you can reach us on email newsroom@memoriesmediang.com or call our newsroom hotline on 0909 000 0581. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Memories965FM. And now let's take you down memory lane. On this day in 2016, American boxer and social activist Muhammad Ali died at age 74. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Vanessa Harrison. Have a wonderful afternoon.